Hello everyone, welcome back to Genius Knowledge Point, your one place for practical programming solutions for computer and IT students. I am making this video to provide practical knowledge to all students so that you can develop your own programs which will be helpful for your studies as well as career. In this video we will see practical number 13 of Java programming, which is according to Diploma Computer and IT, case scheme and 4th semester. So the topic in this video is programs for implementation of throw and throws clause. So again the previous practical topic is extended here, that is throw and throws clause. We are again going to use exception handling concepts here. So basically there are 5 exception handling statements, that is try, catch, throw, throws and finally. So we have already seen try and catch block in the previous practical. So in this practical we will see throw and throws clause, so that is throw and throws statements. So if you want to learn exception handling and its statements, just follow this video. It doesn't matter whether you are a diploma student or non-diploma student, the concept remains same. So we will move to the first practical related questions. Write a simple program for throwing our own exceptions. So again we are going to use throw keyword here, and the same program will be done as we have seen in the previous practical in this question. So moving toward the question directly. So initially I am importing java.util.scanner class because I am going to accept user input. We are going to accept a string from the user, so that's why we are importing scanner class. Then I am creating class as a class myException, then extends exception. The same method is used here that we have seen in the previous practical. We are creating our own class and naming that class as myException, and that is extending exception class. So this class is present inside our Java system and that class is present inside lang package. That's why we are not importing it, because by default lang package is present here. So we are inheriting exception class from the system and we are inheriting it into our own class. So automatically the exception class properties will be taken into this myException class. So all the properties are inherited here. Next I am creating a constructor, that is public myException, and passing string message as a parameter. That message will be passed to super class using super keyword. So we have already seen this in inheritance, how to use super class and how to pass parameters to super class. So this is how the constructor is complete and our myException class is complete. Next I am creating my main class, that is public class own exception demo. So the same method is applied here that we have seen in previous practical. We are creating our own exception class, that is main class. Then after that I am creating main function. Then in that I am starting a try block, and in the try block I am using throw keyword to throw new myException object. So this is the creation of dynamic myException object, and that object is having constructor. That's why we have to pass some string parameter value inside the constructor. So I am creating this dynamic object and the constructor parameter object value is passed here as a string. So this is how this message will be passed to the string message variable, and after that it will be sent to super class using super keyword. So this is how this exception message is sent to our class object. Next, as we are using throw keyword, that means we are manually throwing this myException object. So it will be thrown to catch block. So after try block we have to start a catch block. So catch, and in that we have to mention the same exception object that we have thrown. So myException, then e object. So the object will be copied into e. Then after that I am just using e.getMessage method. So what it will do, it will just print the message that is inside e object, and the message is this exception is manually thrown because we are passing this message to our constructor. So this message will be printed and catch block is complete, and finally the main method is complete and class is complete. So the same program is here that we have seen in previous practical, just we are changing the message. So just saving the code, then going to the location. Before that, copying the class name. So going to the location, opening CMD here. So first command is java c space classname dot java. So pressing enter. So there is no error, that means program is successfully compiled. Next command is java space classname. So after pressing enter, it is showing me this exception is manually thrown. So if you see in the program, we have not enclosed any if condition. So we are manually throwing this exception, and there is no if condition. That means any number of time I run this program, the exception will be thrown. So that's why this output will be generated any number of times the program is run. So the same output will be generated because we are not accepting anything from the user. So this is how the question number 1 is complete here. Now the second question is define an exception called no match exception, not matched exception, that is thrown when a string is not equal to India. Write a program that uses this exception. So in the previous practical we have seen similar program where we have seen authentication failure where your password is not equal to some specific string. So the same program can be developed here, just the class name should be changed, that is not matched exception, and the string value they have provided as India. So directly moving toward the code. So initially I am importing java.util.scanner class because we have to accept user input. We have to accept a string from the user and we have to check that string if it is matching with India string. So that's why we have to use scanner class. Then I am starting class definition as class not match exception, which is given in the question. So this is the class name, which is our own user defined exception. Then I am using extending exception, so that is extends exception class. So this is the system class which is inherited into not matched exception class. So automatically all the properties will be taken into this class. Then I am writing constructor, so public not matched exception. So if you see, same method is provided here that we have seen in the previous practical. We are creating our own class, then extending that exception class, then creating our constructor. In that we are taking string value as a message and we are passing that message to super class. So whenever you are creating a user defined exception class, the same class can be repeated. You just have to change the class name according to your question, or you can use your own class name. So this is how our user defined exception class is created, and this is complete. Using constructor and super keyword we have passed the message and the class is complete here. Next we are creating our main class, that is public class not match demo. So this is my main class. Inside that I am taking main function public static void main string args, then creating object of scanner class as we have seen in the previous practical. So the same program is here, just we are changing the string value and we are changing the class name. So scanner object is created here. Then I am starting try block. In the try block I am printing a message, that is enter your string. So this is printed using system.out.print. Then after that I am just writing string str is equal to scanner.nextLine. So the entered string will be accepted into str value, that is string object. Then after that I am equaling that str with India. So str dot equals India. So this function will return me true if the value is equal to India, but I am attaching negation symbol here. So if it is not equal to India, this if condition will become true and we will go inside the if block. So if the value entered by the user is not equal to India, we will go inside this if block and there we are typing throw new not match exception. So we are creating dynamic object of our user defined exception class, and while creating that object we are using constructor as a parameter of string value, and in that I am passing string does not match message. So this message will be passed to our message variable and from that it will be sent to super class using super keyword. So this is how our message is sent, and we are throwing our not match exception object, and that object will be thrown to catch block. And if the value is equal to India, this will not run. So this if block will be skipped and we will move to system.out.println string matched. So it will print string matched string value. So this is how the try block is complete here. Then after that we have catch block. So if the thrown exception is there, so it will go to catch block, and in that again we are using the same method. We are creating object of not matched exception, and that object is E. So whatever the object is thrown by this try block, that will be copied to E, and after that we are using get message method inside system.out.println function. So it will automatically print a message which is stored inside E, and that message is string does not match. So if the exception is generated, it will be thrown to catch block and it will print the message, and if the exception is not generated, it will move to string matched output. So this is how the Catch block is complete here, main function is complete, and class is also complete. So if you compare with the previous practical program, the same program is here, just we have changed the class name and we have changed the string, which is India. So saving the program, now moving toward the location, so typing CMD here. So before that I have to copy the class name, that is main class name. So copying the class name, then typing my command as javac space class name dot java. Then there is no error, that means program is successfully compiled. Next command is java space class name. So it is asking me to enter your string, so I have to enter some string here. So I am typing ABCD. So it will not match with the India string, so let us see the output. So it is showing string does not match. So as we have done in the program, so it is not matching with India, so the exception object is thrown and it is showing string does not match as a message. So again I am running this program. So this time I am entering India. So let us see the output now. If you see, the string matched output is generated because our string is matching with India. So this if condition will become false, and as the if condition become false, we will move to the next line, that is system.out.println string matched. So this is how we have generated user defined exception, we have thrown that exception, and we have caught that exception using catch block, and we have printed the message which is present inside our object. So this is how this practical regarding exception handling and its blocks is completed, and the practical number 13 is also complete here. So that's it for today's practical. I hope you understand the program clearly. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such programming solutions, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video. If you have any doubts or need solutions for other programs, drop a comment below. I will be happy to help. Thanks for watching and happy coding.